Now, the United Nations Climate Conference kicks off in Paris today, and more than 150 heads of state and government touch down to try and reach a global agreement on tackling climate change. On the agenda, a legally binding universal agreement to curb greenhouse gas emissions and limit global temperature change. Tulsi Tanti, the chairman at Suzlon Energy, one of the major players in the renewable energy space, joining us on the phone line to discuss some of what's on the agenda. Mr. Tanti, thanks so much for joining us. Quite a big push for renewable energy that we're going to see at the event in Paris. Just talk us through really what's going to be on the agenda.
No, I appreciate your comment. The key agenda is very clear how we can protect our the earth, not to increase the 2-degree temperature, because we are rapidly moving on that direction. Almost 1.2 degree temperature has already rise. And if we want to restrict that and to give a protect to the society, I think it's becoming very important to reduce the CO2 and to grow the economy. So it's a challenging job for the country like India. One side we have to do the very high economic growth, and other side we have to reduce the carbon also. But we are quite lucky because we are the 4th largest country in the world producing the renewable energy today. So we are not behind for the global society commitment. And also top of that, the new commitment which our Prime Minister is going and give to the global society today evening, 250 gigawatt renewable energy our nation is targeting by 2030, which will translate to the 40% renewable energy in our energy basket, and almost 35% CO2 reductions. At the same time, we have to continue our economic growth. I think it's a very big commitment to the society we are giving, and that is the good value we are creating in the global world.
Mr. Tanti, give a sense as to how Suzlon is positioned to probably take advantage or ride the entire push towards renewable energy. Give us a sense as to what are your plans as to how Suzlon will gain both on a domestic standpoint as well as on an international front.
Yeah, as you know, globally in 32 countries, we have built nearly 25 gigawatt in the last 20 years, which is a big contributions we have done for the renewable to reduce as much as possible to carbon and to bring the green economy and to bring the low carbon economy. Now coming to the India, because now we are moving very aggressively from global to local, because domestic market is the huge commitment and huge opportunities are there. As you know, the Suzlon is extremely well positioned in the domestic market. At the same time, we have fixed up our liquidity and other issues. So we are quite confident to leverage our competitive edge of the last 20 years. We have almost built 10 gigawatt renewable capacity in our country, which is translated to 40%. And now our target is for the next 5 years to build another 15 gigawatt, the additional capacity by 2020. I think we are fully committed to build that. And our high priority is not just the wind, but wind and the solar, and wind-solar hybrid project. And going forward, we are also aggressively focusing to harness energy from the sea. It's an offshore wind project also. And we have a full value-added, the end-to-end solution provider in country. So I'm quite confident to deliver this, the ambitious target of the country, and same time Suzlon will be the big partner to deliver this commitment to the global society.
So, Mr. Tanti, taking from that, you do see financial commitment for change coming back, because over the last few years we did see budgets cut when it came to renewable energy. Do you see, that synchronicity between what the government is saying and between corporates that are trying to, get things done on ground?
Yes, I think now the renewable energy is no more expensive. It's a grid parity energy production you have seen in the last two years. The cost of energy is reduced drastically. Not only that the large IPP investing, but the lots of small and medium and large corporates are investing for their captive energy requirement into the renewable, because it's a very, very competitive energy, and they are hedging their power costs for the longer period. So this is the way more and more manufacturing companies are moving for the captive requirement. And here there is no any grant or subsidy or incentives programs are there except the accelerated depreciation which is available. Beyond that, there is no any fiscal benefits are available for the renewables. So it's not affecting to our budget or our burden and anything. And top of that, whatever the carbon cess collections are there, even still that also not utilized for the renewables. So I think we are not creating any budget impact, but top of that, we are reducing substantial import of the coal and other fuels because it's now homegrown energy. I think for long-term sustainable economy and low-carbon economy and energy for all, I think our country is moving in the right direction to build more and more renewable capacity, which will generate a huge, enormous long-term sustainable jobs and give a better agriculture economy.
Thank you, Mr. Tanti, for joining us and taking us through some of what's on the agenda there. Big focus on renewable energy coming up. We take a break. When we come back, Foxconn eyes a bigger piece of the Indian startup space, buys a piece of more magic. More on that story when we return.